Welcome, welcome, you guys. This is Syndra. I've decided to try out a mod for EU4 called Common Universalis. I did try it out a bit on my own, and I quite like it. There's a lot of changes here that are quite interesting, and I decided to pick a nation that I know quite well to test out this mod. So I'm going to be playing as Tunis in this mod, and we're going to take a look at how much different this is from base vanilla, because I've been told they changed the culture. The culture is a big thing they changed, and I did notice that. I'm gonna go ahead and change this intro music right away. Basically, I did try to record this before. I did like an hour of recording, and then YouTube flagged it for copyright because the mod has music that is copyright. And that kind of sucks. I was trying to learn the game. It was all very authentic and me, stumbling and trying to learn. And it got fucked, basically, because the mod has a bunch of music that is not usable on YouTube. I had to remove all of it. It started at here, this thing here, and all the way down. So I just clicked it off. Hopefully I don't get any flags from that, but we'll just try to test out the mod, which is the primary thing I want to do, and see how it goes. So first things first, I'm going to wrap up the things that are quite basic here. We got Portugal and the Papal State as rivals. We'll just rival them back. We'll rival Clemson, I think. Yeah, and then we will try to get Morocco as an ally. Yeah, nice. We can get Morocco as an ally. And then we can wipe out Clemson together. And we can do taxation policy. I don't think this has changed at all. Yeah, just give me money. Okay, so what has changed with this mod? Well, basically you have something called governance capacity. It's how much land your nation can govern effectively. And it isn't a slider. You can get it positive. You can go above 100%, and then you get some positive modifiers. But if it drops below 100%, so your lands are so big and you haven't consolidated them at all, then you start getting penalties. And you can see that, I think, from this button here. No. That's the individual province. If I click show governance capacity here, this one. So this is a lot of text, and I haven't learned all of this, I have to be honest with you. But basically, the people that are ruling your nation are based upon your culture. And if I take a look at that as well, we have my culture here of Tunisian. And they are like the ruling class. But if I invite other cultures into my nation, like if I accept a Berber and Algerian, I would get more, we would be more cultures ruling the nation together. So I can increase my governance capacity by accepting more and converting more cultures. So I can also do this by converting provinces to my culture, but that is very, very slow in this mod. It's not like you click a button and then the timer happens, and then when it's done, the culture is swapped. No, this is a really slow process of trying to convert people. So accepting them is way better. Ideally, you want to accept your primary culture group. And after that, you might want to get a bit more picky about who you accept into your nation. And you start out with all of these basic modifiers here. We are a medium state, and that has its benefits and its negatives, as you can see. And also, yeah, corruption. In this mod, corruption is a bitch. Trying to maintain low levels of corruption is incredibly hard, and I don't really like that part, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'm just bad at managing it, but we can try to figure that out. Now we have this is what we got from this thing. Yeah, efficient tax farming. No, that's 15%. I don't know what that is. Oh, actually, wait, what am I doing? Let's close this. There should be a thing we do here. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. I'm not going to use that right now. This is the manual. We'll get rid of that. This is fast mode. I'm not that good at the game yet. And this is hard mode. I'm not that good at the game yet, so we'll get rid of those. Adopt the title of Khalifa is base. It's still from the base game. It's based on your ruler. So we have 3 military skill on my ruler. So we can go ahead and click this. We can denouncement of sect practices. That's also base. We'll just click that off. And then we can spend money investing in admin. But here's the thing though. In this mod, admin points or monarch points in general, are not as valuable as they were in the base game. It is actually not valuable at all. And you cannot spend monarch points developing your provinces. This button doesn't do anything. You have to like naturally grow the province by keeping it prosperous, by building buildings in it. You can do also like individual province edicts, like economic, cultural, and some other edicts. You have to grow your nation. And you can have like really strong nations, but you kind of want, you don't want like just useless land. You might want to do something with it eventually, so it will be of some value at some point. But I'm just going to go ahead and remove the investments as well, because I don't really like spending money on this, because we need the money for buildings, and there are a lot more buildings in this mod than in the base game. Royal decrees, we don't have any. We don't start out with any. But this is the thing. Every time our monarch dies and we get a new one, we can do a new policy for our government. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. And I think I'll just do the default for all of these because I don't know this that well. So you can either have the inflation go up or you can have the inflation go down. You have to pay admin points for this. Or we could just keep it in the middle. So inflation can do good things if it's high. It can also do bad things. I can't see like what inflation does right now. It's unfortunate because we don't have any current inflation. But basically there's like a price index feature in this, and keeping your inflation like stable, not too high, not too low, is actually ideal. I don't know exactly what the sweet spot is for that, but I'm hoping that somebody can tell me, or I can Google it, or we just have to experiment for ourselves. But right now I'm just going to keep things stable. Taxation. Yeah, I think I'll just do medium taxes. But if you have low tax rates, if you see it there at the bottom, countrywide cultural acceptance. Now, cultural acceptance is something that I am going to have to talk about as well. But that is quite good. If you have high taxes, the cultural acceptance goes down, and that's bad. But it gets you a lot of money. Okay. And mercantilism in this game is horrible. They changed mercantilism. They completely ruined it. It causes your trade efficiency, overall trade efficiency, to go down. And your yearly corruption goes up. Essentially, the more mercantilism you have, it's like having a monopoly. And that's bad. People don't want to trade with you because you are just hogging the market. So provincial trade power goes up by a lot. So you control the trade around you very well. But like, it's only internal. External stuff, people just don't want to deal with you. So I think I'll keep the mercantilism low. So you can actually pay, look at this, lose 20 diplomatic power, both of these. You can either lose or gain mercantilism. It's not just an easy decision to always want your mercantilism to go up. Sometimes you just want it to be stable, or you might want to have it at 0. But right now I'm just going to keep it at same. Bureaucracy. So this will increase my governance capacity. If I go all the way down here, we would get 20% more governance capacity. So we could have a very large empire or large nation, and we could still be above 100% governance capacity. But it costs a lot of corruption to get rid of that. And if we go the other way around, where we have a very small government, governance capacity goes down, but yearly corruption goes away as well. So that's actually also something I might want to do at some point. We're going to try to stabilize our nation, see where we stand, and then once I get a new ruler, when my current ruler dies, we're going to try to stabilize this a bit more. But I'm just going to keep it running for now. Religion, I think I'll just choose the middle part here because we lose stability if we choose any of the other ones there. Stability cost modifier, missionary strength goes up. Yeah. So this is one country, one religion, or we can become secular. We'll just go down the middle here. So that is done. Now, if I click a province over here, every single province has this thing here, cultural acceptance. And right now, we have 80% cultural acceptance in my capital. And that gives unrest +2. Local missionary strength are weaker. Local manpower are weaker. Sailors are weaker. And autonomy changes is negative. So you want your cultural acceptance to be high. But if I take a look at all of my provinces here, we got 60, 60, 60. All of this is 60. And then we have 80 over here. This is my capital state. My capital state is at 80 all over. Then we have 80 down here, 80 down here. But this province over here, Jerba, is at 60 because I think they are of the wrong religion. They are Ibadi. We're going to go ahead and convert them and turn this on as well. And I'm hoping to raise this up a lot at some point. This province here, Zuwari, is also with the wrong religion. So cultural acceptance is also low. Well, it's low compared to the rest of the country. And then we have 80, and then we have 80 over here. So the cultural acceptance over here on the west side is low. But if we take a look at the culture map mode, we can see why. This is my primary culture, Tunisian. So everything over here is at 80, apart from the two provinces that are not of my primary religion. And then the provinces I have over here, Metida, Kabila, Hodna, they are all at like 60. So if I were to accept their culture over here, then it would be fine. I think it would raise up quite a bit and our governance capacity would go up. So it's a lot more of stabilizing the country than compared to any other game, compared to the vanilla game at least. Let's unpause for one day to get our alliance with Morocco. Thank you. Let's go ahead and spy on Tlemcen, because we want to go to war with him right away. I'm going to try to play this like as I do normally. And yeah, this is also another thing here. There is a modifier for militarism. There we go. You can get randomly generals and admirals to come to you based on your militarization, and I think also army tradition and navy tradition. It can just spawn generals for you, and some of these are really, really good. Getting generals for free, because we don't have to spend monarch points on them. So you see, monarch points are even more useless. So we get a general with 30 tradition from this, who is a 2-2. Not bad. It's not bad. For free, a 2-2 is not bad. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to split off the lights. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys to protect trade. I'm going to tell the galleys to hunt pirates. And that's another thing. Tunis does not have the ability to raid coasts. We don't have that. The only ones I know of that can raid coasts are the knights. And that is annoying. Because the knights are basically going to get killed by the Ottomans anytime soon. Any day now. They're being guaranteed by Venice, but that's not going to last. So I want my galleys to protect my coastline there. And then I want to go ahead and sell all of my cogs here. So I'm going to put you guys out to sea. And we're going to try to sell all of these ships so we can get some money. And my corruption is already growing. Let's go ahead and stabilize this for now. Okay. And another thing, when it comes to advisors cause corruption. So not only do they cost money to maintain, they are quite cheap, 0.36, but you have to pay down the corruption as well. So they're not that cheap to begin with. Let's see, my income is relatively high. Most of it is coming from taxation. Oh yeah, I need to talk about this as well. Yeah, the development has changed as well. So this right here is not base tax anymore. This is commerce. So this is trade power. Local trade power plus 0.7. There's some other modifiers there, but the most important one there is the local trade. Over here, we have production, local goods produced. And we want this to be high in like centers of trade. We want this to be high in provinces with good trade goods. And then agriculture, it says there maximum manpower, but also tax income. This is basically farmers. This is how we get our tax income, by taxing farmers. So there is a province here. I think it's Alaba. Wait, what is it? No, Metida. This is a 3-3-10, and I've given that to the clergy. So we're gonna get some tax out of this, but unfortunately, it is not my base culture. So if I were to embrace Algerian culture, we would get a lot more cash out of this. But provinces that have very high agriculture, we want to give them to the clergy so they can get some tax out of this. And let's see here. I also want this to go away. I found out that the emirs are just useless. They just remove the local manpower modifier. That's it. So what I did when I tested this out first, I just gave all the crap provinces to the nobles, and they were happy. All they care about is having enough land percentages. They don't care if the land is garbage. So that's nice. But centers of trade, you want to give that to the burghers when you can. But we're going to have to wait a whole year so that we can do some trading there. I'm going to have my diplomat come back. Let's see if we can sell some stuff to the Ottomans. We can sell one light. Okay, for 20. We'll do this. So we got 20 gold here. Nice. And we can already start building here. We can make a mill. Now, it's a lot of stuff on there, but local food and local agriculture capacity. It basically means how much agriculture this province can possibly have. And if I were to build this in Metida over here, you can forget about the numbers here. That doesn't really matter. We want Metida to keep growing agriculture because we want to get taxes out of them. And once we accept the culture, that will be quite good. We could also build this in our capital, but I would rather keep my agriculture low in my capital because there's another modifier in this game. There's so many modifiers in this mod. It's called literacy. And the more agriculture you have, the less like literacy growth you have. Like it's like farmers are stupid and don't want to learn how to read. I don't know, it feels weird, but I don't want agriculture to grow too much in the provinces that I want to have high production and commerce. So actually I think it's commerce. I think literacy affects commerce. I don't remember that completely, but I'm pretty sure I'm right there. Let's go to speed 3. There we go. So these are all the modifiers that are happening to us right now. So we'll see here. Manpower recovery is over here. So because we almost have all of our manpower, we got this one right here. Manpower recovery speed goes down by 30%. So having high manpower means that we regain manpower slower. But we also get other things like development time, which is really, really valuable. And then monthly war exhaustion goes down. You want to keep your manpower as high as you can for this development time. If you can keep this, that is great, but we need to go to war, so that's not going to be there for long. But I just wanted to point it out. So our governance efficiency is actually at 130. That is massive. These bonuses are quite good. It's 7% in most of these. And then monthly autonomy chains and corruption goes down as well. I like this. So the price index is at 105%. I don't know what that means, but I'm guessing it's because we're getting some inflation. I'm pretty sure this is tied into my inflation. Yearly inflation reduction. I'm pretty sure that just means it's going up. My inflation is going up. Yeah, it is. Okay. Let's go ahead and make troops as well. Once I can sell some more ships. Ottomans, do you want to buy another ship? Maybe not. What about the Byzantines? Yes, they will. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get some more troops. And another thing as well, forts give you force limit. Look at this. Castle, land force limit +2, fort level, local defensiveness, hostile movement speed, supply limit modifier, and possible number of buildings. So castles actually give you force limit, which is really, really cool. Aha. And we like that. We really want that to be there. Let's sell some ships to you. You'll buy one for 20. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What do you want? Strengthen the government. Lose 100 military points and gain yearly legitimacy and some corruption. No, no, no. If our legitimacy is low, then we can go for that one. But for now, it's fine. We can sell maybe to Genoa. Transport for 20, yes. Thank you. We have one more transport to sell. Maybe the Pope. Oh, we're rival to him. We can't sell to him. Okay, what about Siena? They'll buy one for 10. I don't want that. I want 20. There we go. Thank you. So we sold all of our ships. And we're going to go ahead and build up an army. I might as well get a second cav then. Another thing is, you can also get cannons very, very early here. You can get bombards. But unfortunately we don't have them available to us. Huh. I'm pretty sure I remember having a cannon very, very early. Do we have to wait for something to happen? I'm not sure. So we're going to go ahead and grab a CB on Tlemcen. And then we're going to go to war with him. And hopefully... Yeah, they're allied to Togut. That's fine. We can just go to war with Togut as well. And hopefully we can go ahead and claim a bunch of stuff from Tlemcen. And you don't have to use admin to core provinces in Common Universalis. There is a bunch of other ways to get to core your provinces. Because overextension has been nerfed. Overextension is not as bad as it is in the vanilla game. You don't want to go above 100 though. But the unrest you get from overextension is not as bad as it was. Crisis of the Maghreb. Yeah, this always happens. So for 5 years we get some negative stuff. Yeah, it's fine. You can get cores either by them just accepting you. You can have the province accept your rulership. And that is very likely to happen with provinces of your own culture. You can also pay military points to reduce the separatism. And if the separatism hits 0, or then they can actually just fold. If the separatisms are just killed, they just don't rise up and they accept yours as well. So you can pay military points, or you can just wait until the separatism hits 0, or you can just have them accept you, which is really, really nice. And that's most likely what's going to happen in this war against Tlemcen. Assuming we can get to that war. Let's see here. So Togut is allied to him. These guys are allied with Mazab. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and grab a CB on Dakhra. And we're going to go ahead and declare war. We call this. I'm going to promise Morocco territory, but I'm not going to give him anything. I'll co-belligerent to Togut as well, because they're not allied to anybody. And we will go ahead and spy on Mazab, I think. Yes. Okay. So let's go. Togut, we can just wipe out Togut and let Morocco deal with Tlemcen, I think. That should be fine. And this also, we don't want the enemy to siege your stuff. That is actually quite bad. Having a province get sieged can ruin a lot of development there. Especially if it's sieged for a very long time. Can we get there? Yes, we can. Okay, let's go stack wipe the Toguts. Togurdians? I don't know. You don't have enough men to siege this down, do you? No, you don't. Okay. Well, go over here and let's try to siege this down properly, shall we? Uh-huh. Let's go to speed 4. This war should not take long at all. We'll split off like this. It's fine. We'll split off 2 dudes that goes here. And we'll siege all of this down. It looks like Tlemcen is going after Morocco, which is very, very nice for me. You don't have a siege pip, so I would kind of like this general back. Okay, go up here. I'll group you guys up, and then I'll grab the general from you. So the war hasn't changed at all. The wars are all the same. War exhaustion is as dangerous as it is in a base game. You don't want it to be too high, because it's a 1-to-1 ratio to your unrest. If you have 3.5 unrest, war exhaustion, you get 3.5 unrest. It's really, really bad. So we're going to go ahead. Oh, you took this for yourself? He wants all of that. Goody, goody, goody. Tunis occupied Titieri, and we'll just sit here for a while we finish this. You're fighting over here. You're having some issues. This is fine. We cannot blockade you. I just sold all of my shit. Local unrest -5. Local autonomy goes up in Jerba. Ignore them. We might have a rebellion in Jerba, maybe. That would be interesting. We could go to war with Mazab and Togurt, Jirit here, and just ignore this, but it's fine. So we're gonna go ahead and claim everything from Togurt. Full annexation. And I'm not gonna core this. We're gonna start getting some events firing, like this one, immediately fired, where we get to pay military points to reduce the separatism. So let's see here. And you can click this, I think, 3 times. You can get nationalist suppressed 1, 2, and 3. Local unrest goes down by 5. We pay 10 military points, and cultural acceptance goes up by 2. Right now it's at 24%. It's really, really low. They are not of our primary culture, and they have the wrong religion. So it's gonna take a while to get this one on our side, but it's fine. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and siege the war goal now. Group up, go over here. We need 7,000 dudes to siege down this fort. Beautiful. Governance efficiency went down to 115% because we took 3 provinces and we had 130. So the fact that it went down that much from 3 provinces means that we don't really want to grab too much in this war, I think. Where are you going? Is he trying to siege down my shit? I would prefer you didn't. He's just going to take this back. Okay. That is quite unfortunate. You occupy Titieri. He's going to Kazdir. Okay, so he just took that and left. It's fine. We can go ahead and remove these dudes again. Make up your mind. God damn. Oh, you're stuck. And Morocco built up to his force limit, it seems. Okay. You're attacking into this? I would not recommend that. And then here comes Morocco. Okay, okay. So feasibly we could grab like 2 or 3 provinces from this. And maybe even a humiliate. We want that humiliate rival to happen as well. But he has started on his capital there. I can remove these dudes and take Titieri, I think. And the Tlemcen dudes have fled into Moroccan territory again. Oh, goody. Take that, and let's split you up and take this as well. We went down to 110% governance efficiency. Okay, but we're still positive. So that's good. We're going to go ahead and we're going to stiff Morocco. We're not going to let him have any territory. We're basically going to take humiliate and like 3 or 4 provinces if we can. Oh, we took this from you. Ha 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 ha. Separatists in Urgla again, so we get separatists, nationalist separatist -2. No, nationalist suppressed 2. Local unrest goes down by 10, and cultural acceptance goes up. So they're probably not going to fire any separatists at this point. So, right. If you were to grab his capital, that would be beautiful. We could grab 4 provinces and a humiliate. So I want these 4 things and a humiliate. Yes. It would piss off Morocco, but I don't care about him. Thank you. Boundary dispute. Tunis gains claims on Jufra. Fezan gains a diplomatic insult on us. Jufra is... Ooh! We're guaranteeing those guys. Do they have any allies? No, they don't. We can go ahead and grab a CB on you. And then we can go to war with you. And you guys are allied. Mazab and Togur are allied together, so we can wipe both of them out at the same time. But the land we just conquered has 40%, 30%, 40%, 30, 50, 30, 20. So this auto-coring process is probably going to take a while, it seems. But yeah, let's just be hopeful that everything will work out fine. So I'm going to try to do a short campaign of this mod, or maybe if people like this, we could make a full-blown campaign of this. See how it goes. But let's at least get like 50 or 100 years into this, and then see how it goes. But yeah, so I will see you guys in the next episode. But until then, see ya. And thanks for watching.